curse of the Onibaba.
Alright. So look, y'all. I think today, Jah want me to talk about, control. Control, wanting to control things that are outside of yourself. Want to control, wanting to basically control things outside of yourself. And, trying to control things outside of yourself, but not even you don't even have control over yourself. Ain't that funny? You want to control everything around you, but you want to have constant control and control over everything around you. Yeah, you don't even do the, work to have self-control. So today, I only say Jah, gave me this ideas because, excuse me, all day today, like from as soon as I woke up today, and then from, just now and the videos I've been watching. Goddamn, I'm sorry. It's all about, I've been seeing this reoccurring theme of control, having self-control and not trying to control everything outside of yourself. And I just, I find it cool that Jah give me these downloads, and then he'll oh man, it's cool as fuck. But he'll back it up. He'll give me it'll show up in like videos, or I'll see it in like an ad or some shit. I don't know. He'll let me know, as long as I say, hey, I'm gonna do this thing today. It don't matter what it is. I'm gonna do this thing today, or I ask, it'll show up. It literally just shows up. But I think that's just because I'm aware of my reality. I'm aware of a lot of things that goes on, and I'm aware of my blessings. I'm very aware of, my communication with God. So, I'm able to see when these things come my way. But this morning, as I was waking up, as I was, rising, I went to go, I forget. Yeah, no, something happened, related to work, and I went to go check my schedule. And I seen on my schedule that, I was scheduled basically damn near this whole week. But that wasn't even the issue. I was actually really grateful that I was going to be able to work, this week. The issue that was arising was that my hours were wonky as fuck. After asking, my manager, hey, give me some structured hours, you know what I'm saying? Give me some hours that are more structured so I can, base my schedule around that, because I'm not a person who, throughout my day, I have to have it structured, especially when it comes down to work. Like, it gotta be, if I gotta go somewhere to do something, I need to know that, you know what I'm saying, that I gotta know, I gotta have some type of structure around it, you see? But, yeah, so that ended up happening, and I just felt myself become more agitated, irritated, and angry. And I felt it was rising more and more and more and more. And it made it, the thing that made it rise more was the fact of, like, I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. Like, I was trying to find a reason as to why this was happening. Like, why am I getting these wonky ass hours? You know what I'm saying? Like, why, and it was pissing me off, because at this point now, I'm not even thinking in a critical way, like in thinking of perspectives in a critical way. I'm thinking in a way like to basically make me more angry. Like I'm in an angry, irritated, agitated frequency, emotion, and you know, my perspective on the situation isn't gonna get better. It's just gonna get worse. So because of my frequency, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna only have a perspective of, of things that's gonna make me more agitated and angry if I don't, slow down, breathe, and then think critically after, feeling those emotions. But yeah, so I ended up doing that. Yeah, I just was, bro. I just wasn't feeling it. I'm like, I'm irritated. So this is my rising, by the way. This is, as soon as I get up, I check my phone, see that some work shit is going on. Go check my schedule, see the schedule. Then as soon as the schedule happened, now this is when the feelings and the emotions arise. I haven't even gotten up to meditate at this point. And to give y'all perspective, when I wake up, I immediately meditate. So at this point, it's like, these events and circumstances are stacking up on each other in a matter of minutes, right? So I check, boom, 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 and immediately, at this point now I'm going over scenarios. Why is this happening? What is the reasoning? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in this frequency of agitation, anger, irritation. You know what I'm saying? Very emotional, low vibrational states. And then I say, fuck it. All right, let me back away. Cause immediately I already know, like, when I'm feeling this low vibrational state, or I'm feeling low vibrational, I immediately feel it. Like I won't say I pride myself, but I'm very grateful that I was given the ability to be very self-reflective and self-aware. Not all the time, but a good majority of the time, I'm very self-aware of myself, self-reflective. So immediately I hopped in that meditation. I'm like, fuck it, all right, I have to get this meditation out the way before I get anything out the, get my day started. And I know my meditation, if I start doing some breath work, it'll calm me down and it'll give me a solution to what I'm feeling. Because this is the only thing I'm putting my attention towards, is this feeling, this frequency. So I can, shake out of it and it don't, affect my day. So I'm doing breath work. Know what I mean? Breathing in, breathing out, doing my do. Feeling good. Or nah, the meditation, I ain't gonna lie, I still was feeling my feelings, but definitely was getting the breath work in. And during the meditation, I got to a conclusion on, this circumstance, I'll say, or the circumstance I had when I was rising, right? And something came to me, download, whether it was Jai responding back to me or whatever the fuck. I got a download, and it was basically like, I basically asked myself, like, why do I want a reasoning for everything? You know what I'm saying? Why do I feel so agitated or angry towards this situation? You know what I'm saying? I already feel grateful for, getting the hours needed, or, getting the hours, like, that wasn't the problem. I don't have a problem going to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a person who's advocating. I'm not a person who's just going to be sitting in a 9 to 5 forever. Like, but I'm not a person who also just sits and complains about his situation. Like, if I don't like something, then I'm gonna figure out a way to like it. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and just get off work, I fucking hate my job. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm gonna figure out how to make that bitch fun. You know what I'm saying? And I've done that with my 9 to 5. So, but like I said, it wasn't going into work and having the hours scheduled. It was the hours being so fucking wonky and they're all over the place after me asking, for it to be. And I asked myself, like, why do I want a reasoning for this, for my hours being so wonky? Like, why do I want, in conclusion, I came to a point of, I just want control over this situation. I want control over this situation. I want things to go how I want it to go, basically. And I want things to go my way. And I don't know when I developed this mindset, because I've never been I wouldn't say I was a spoiled child. You know what I'm saying? My parents always did what they needed to do. I just wasn't a spoiled child. I'm not going to make this about my childhood or nothing. Excuse me. I'm sorry. But I wasn't no spoiled child. Like, I wasn't a spoon-fed Nepo baby. Like, I wasn't none of that. So I never understood. I don't know when did I become a person who, always wanted things to go his way. And maybe I should do, some more inner work towards it. But I've realized over time that I've become aware to this fact that I've always wanted things to go my way. Anytime it doesn't go my way, I actually get frustrated. That's the proper way of, the feeling of agitation, irritation, and anger is frustration. I would feel frustrated. So, I came to this conclusion. I'm like, I just want control over this situation. It's not necessarily the situation itself or what's going on in the situation. I just want control over this situation, right? I want it to go my way. And then I had to think about it, why do I want this to go my way? What is the reasoning and what characteristics and what about me wants things to go my way? And what I came up with was, I've always been a leader throughout my life. Like, even when I never took up leadership roles or I fiend for a leadership role, I've always just stepped into a leadership role. You know what I'm saying? It's always been like that. Like, without me even knowing, I've stepped into leadership roles without even asking. And I've had to fulfill that. And it's never been a problem. Like, the times that I've had to step into leadership roles, I never complain about them. I always, do my best at least, or do my best or overachieve, at being a leader. But it's always that sense of, I think that's what it is. It's just, me over gradually time having that leadership role put on me is always having that control, I guess, that privilege of being in control. And I just came to that conclusion. I'm like, I just want things to go my way because I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? This is how leaders usually move. You know what I'm saying? They always want things to go their way. Now, obviously, that's probably not the only reason. I'm gonna keep it a beam, but I came to that conclusion of, that's why I want to control everything in my life. But the solution I came to was I need to let go and let God. Because truth be told, I can be a leader on this planet, but the leader of me is Jah, God, Yahweh, the divine, Allah, whatever God y'all call it, the higher being, I call him Jah. You know what I'm saying? That is my leader, and I have to be a follower of him to be a great leader. And I realized, Jah is the only one that really has, control over my life. Jah is the one that is, you know, you know, doing the things and putting the lessons down for me to grow and to become better. So ultimately, during the meditation, and it was crazy because once I came to this conclusion, bro, like all that frustration on my heart, it immediately dipped. I ain't gonna lie, bro. All that frustration on my heart, all that frustration on my chest, but I swear it just dipped. It really did, like it disappeared, it dissipated. But yeah, when I came to that conclusion, I'm like, just let go and let God. Stop trying to worry about things that are out of your control. Stop trying to control things out of your control. The only things you should be in control of is yourself. And you know what I'm saying, uncertainty happens and you just have to be, you just have to have self-control through it all. I say that. Um, and yeah, bro. I mean, eventually, once I did that, I immediately got downloads on what to do next. Because usually when you're, what I'm saying, when you're in a state of frustration or a low vibrational state, you'll, how do I explain this? I say for me, when I get in these frustrated states, I'm not able to critically think. Not being able to critically think blocks me from getting downloads straight from Jah. It blocks me getting downloads and communication straight from Jah. So I cannot even hear what, or like get, what I'm saying, get the downloads on what to do next. At this point, I'm in a point of reacting instead of, responding. So when I finally got that frustration off my chest, I was at a point of now I can respond. Now I can, figure out what to do. And I got the downloads immediately. I already knew at this point now I know what to do. I know how to move forward. I know how to respond to the circumstance. And, things came out. Things came out just as it needed to be. It didn't come out my way, but it came out just as it needed to be, and I'm very grateful for that. But to give y'all perspective on what happened was a circumstance popped up, right? I was frustrated because the circumstance was not in my control. I allowed myself to slow down and reflect on myself and the circumstance. I resolved after I reflected on the circumstance and reflected on myself. I resolved it, and I put a name on my emotion and what was going on, so it immediately lifted off that weight or that pressure off my chest. Then I allowed myself to be open to downloads and different perspectives and ways of being able to move forward on this circumstance. And I responded. I didn't react. I responded. Another instance today. I'm a holistic nigga, you know what I'm saying? as a holistic nigga, you know what I'm saying? As a holistic nigga. Very high vibrational nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I eat a lot of plant-based foods. And today I was basically asking my OG, like, hey, could you cuz she had ended up calling me about food or what to eat. And I don't be I don't I think about eating, like I can feel myself getting hungry, but I don't trip on it because what I'm saying, there really isn't nothing in the house to eat that's holistic. Cause my family, they're not yet holistic. They're not yet, yeah. Um, so I don't trip on, the food that I don't trip on eating just yet. Like I don't, cause there's really nothing for me to eat at the moment. So I just wait for the opportunity to get paid and go ahead and go grab me some food or go to Whole Foods and give me some ingredients and shit. But today my OG, she texted me and she was like, "Hey, do you want anything from the Chinaman place?" And that's slang. Chinaman, I mean the Chinese spot. It's a Chinese spot near us. She was like, "Hey, do you want any Chinese food, some fried rice?" And I just let her know, like, "Hey, I can't eat rice." You know what I'm saying? That's white rice is one of the I don't I just can't eat white rice. I know that's one thing. I can't eat white rice. And especially the white rice that they make, because it has soy sauce, it has all types of shit. MSG, all types of shit. I'm cool. Um so I let her know, hey, I can't eat the rice. I ain't go too deep into it. I'm like, hey, I just can't eat the rice. So she was all right. Um, is there anything else? And I just let her know, hey, can you grab me cause she was gonna go to Walmart. So I'm like, hey, can you grab me some lentils, quinoa? What else did I ask her? Some avocados. Uh, damn. I think it was one more thing, but I can't even remember. Oh, wild rice. And she was like, okay, no problem. Uh, I'm like, all right, cool. Boom, boom, boom. So after a while, she comes back and, you know, she hands me the avocados. But this is what trips me up. The avocados are, unripened. They're hard as shit. They're damn near considered rubber at this point. You can play basketball with them bitches. So at that point, I'm like, okay,
Although the ghosts freed the body,
in my head,
spirit
I was expecting ripened avocados, but I never specified, hey, can you get ripened avocados? So she thought, hey, I'm just gonna get, the avocados that come from a bag, and the ones that are unripened. And she also probably thought this because I asked for the ones that come from Costco, and those ones are unripened too, the ones that come in the bag. But that tripped me up a little. I'm like, okay. I kind of had to sit with that a little bit. I'm like, all right. I realized that was another point of me trying to be in control. You know what I'm saying? My expectations not being met. So I'm like, okay. And then I go to find where, I ask where the lentils and the quinoa are. And I look at the quinoa. Nah, I don't want to sound ungrateful, because immediately right after this, I just got to a point. But again, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but from my perspective on things, y'all, is I like to have things go my way exactly how I say it in my head, right? And again, you can't communicate to people through your fucking brain unless you telepathic. You have to, verbalize it. And even if you do verbalize it, it's probably not gonna go your way. People are not going to see it how you see it. So just to put that in perspective for y'all, I'm not ungrateful. I just be wanting to go things my way. I be wanting to have things go my way. And when things don't go my way, You know what I'm saying? I start complaining. So I look at the quinoa, and the quinoa it's a decent bag of quinoa, but it's smaller than the one that I usually get, right? Now, this is where the frustration happened again. And what is it called? Oh shit, brain fart. Damn. But yeah, I look at it, I'm like, okay, damn. It's not what I asked for. Oh, and I specified this in when I told her, like, you know, what type of quinoa. But regardless of it, I'm like, okay, you know, it tripped me up. I got a little frustrated. So immediately I was aware of what was going on within my body. Immediately, I'm like, okay, boom. I'm feeling frustrated again. Boom. Why am I feeling frustrated? Because of this, and that, and the third. All right, let's fix this. Let's be grateful. Let's not complain. We're complaining too fucking much, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's be grateful for this moment. Let's be grateful, you know? And ultimately, I just chalked it up. Hey, I'm grateful that I'm even able to have these ingredients in my hands, and it's a way better option than eating, you know, putting some fuckery in my body. So I ultimately came to a conclusion. Hey, I'm grateful. I let y'all know. Hey, I'm grateful, very grateful. And from that point, I was just feeling the feelings for like a quick second, and then it all dissipated after a couple minutes. But eventually, I started to think, I'm like, damn, should I just skip a meal today? Because I was originally just gonna eat lentils. Lentils, quinoa, and have some avocados. Fuck, lentils, quinoa, and some avocado on the side, right? But the avocados weren't ripened, and I didn't think I was going to have enough. For some reason, I'm thinking I'm about to I'm gonna try to stretch out these lentils and quinoa, which I still got a whole bunch of lentils and quinoa. I didn't even think. I thought I was gonna be done with them bitches within today, but that's my eyes being bigger than my goddamn stomach. So, anyways, yeah, what is it called? I ended up. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I can't do nothing with the avocados. So I'm gonna just have to figure out something with these lentils and quinoa, right? I goes in the kitchen. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just cook up some lentils and quinoa. Like, fuck it, it's cool, whatever. But then after a while, after like being accepting the reality of what was going on, I look and I'm like, damn, hold on, we got a couple of ingredients in here, plant-based ingredients in here. I seen some little baby potatoes. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna cook up some little baby potato wedges with this shit on the side. Immediately, I felt amazing. Cause I didn't, to be honest, I feel like the lentils and the quinoa wasn't gonna fill me up. I felt like that shit wasn't full. Like, it wasn't gonna fill me up. But I'm like, fuck it, I'm grateful for what I got. Like, I'm gonna just thug it out, do what I need to do. And once I seen the baby potatoes, and then once the idea came up, I'm like, damn, hold on, I actually got more than I need. I got all I need right here. You know what I'm saying? We good. So, you know, nigga like me got the chefing up. You know what I'm saying? Cooking. I did an amazing job. I'll let y'all know. Ooh. I tell you what. Oh. But I tell you. Boy, I did an amazing job, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Everything came out so fucking delectable and good. And it was my first time trying lentils. I feel like I did amazing on the lentils. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the quinoa came out amazing. I always do a good job. Do it exactly how I like it. You know what I'm saying? And then the potato wedges came out exactly how I wanted them. I made them a little bit too spicy. I ain't gonna lie, a little bit too spicy. Put a little bit too much cayenne pepper on that motherfucker. But at the end of the day, bro, like the end result was so fire. And then I had some coffee, some black tea on the side. I got me my little water on the side. You know what I'm saying? But the shit came out perfect. Like by the end of it, I was so fucking grateful. Like I damn near was on, bro. I was feeling ecstasy after that goddamn after that meal. But it felt it. By the way, I'm tripping up on my words. Y'all can just understand. Like that shit was just amazing. That shit was just amazing, bro. But it just comes to show you, and I didn't even meditate through this whole circumstance. It just comes to show you that things kind of fix themselves when you become less of a person that's, who lets their circumstances control their life, and you control your circumstances, and ultimately you just sit back and allow yourself to look at things from different perspectives, and just don't allow yourself to be controlled by a circumstance, or don't allow yourself to be tripped up by a circumstance. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, the whole circumstance of today, like it was a grateful experience. I'm not even gonna lie, like the experience of itself was like, damn, I did that. Damn, I did that. And hell yeah, bro. That shit was crazy. So that was the second instance. The third instance was coming from a video. It wasn't necessarily something I was doing, but the topic of having control over reality, and not reality, but having control over things outside of you and having control over yourself. That topic came up again after, what I'm saying, two instances of it happening today and me writing it down on my journal. The topic came up again today, and I'm just like, damn, that's kind of crazy. But hell yeah, bro, that shit today was kind of crazy. But yeah, today's download thought is mainly about, control. Trying to control things that are outside of you. When, what I'm saying, nothing belongs to you besides yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you should have self-control instead of control of everything outside of yourself, ultimately. And trying to see. Yeah. I can give y'all some examples on what it looks like to have control over yourself and control things that are out of your control. Look that bitch up. And never mind. A couple is things that are out of your control. The outcome, future, the past, and how people perceive you. What you can control. What you can control is your emotions, your reactions or your how do I say this? Your reactions or your reactions or your response,
For the prisoners.
self-awareness, your actions, your thoughts, your words, and how you treat others, right? These are the things that are in your control. And you know what I'm saying? Through self-control, you ultimately don't be controlled through anything outside of yourself. So you see how that works? You don't control anything outside of you because nothing belongs to you. Nothing is yours outside of yourself. And then ultimately, if you control yourself, nothing outside of you can control you because you're in control of yourself. You know?
Does one drop in a pond
Um,
make a difference?
yeah. That was just the download for today. I don't got nothing else more to say today, but that my experience, hopefully it can help guide y'all in a way. It's not a direct generalized blueprint on how to have self-control, but it is you do get to see what self-control and not having control outside of yourself and yeah, you get to see what it looks like, through my perspective and how I'm explaining it to y'all. But yeah, that's what I wanted to get to y'all today, man. Uh, shit. That's it. You did. I love y'all, man. Deuces.